And what's going on, everybody? Good morning. So, did you see the presidential debate last night? How embarrassing for our country. That's who we potentially have to look forward to. Nothing but lies coming out of their mouths, especially the Democrats. Good God. I couldn't watch all of it. I could watch bits and pieces of it just because it's kind of like Nancy Pelosi's voice. When you hear it, it just makes you, cringe real bad. It's so obnoxious. I had the same feeling last night. These people are straight up evil, man. There's nothing else you can say. They want to destroy this country, and they'll lie straight to your face about it. And a lot of Americans are, yeah, they're for us. We're gonna win. They're gonna save the country, and they are destroying it. Every day gets worse and worse. But I didn't really want to talk too much about that, just because I'm trying to have a good day today. But last night, there was something going around Snapchat, potential shooter in a school or whatever, and my wife showed it to me, and it was floating around our area. It ended up being in a different state, and somehow it spread within a couple hours or a day or whatever over here. And they ended up closing down the schools around here, and I think the school system in my county stayed open, but I kept the kids home today, just out of caution. It's just really sad that we'd even have to do this and explain to an 8-year-old that you're not going to school today. Oh, cool, why? Well, there might be a crazy person on the loose. And apparently that kid that posted that was, arrested. They found out who it was, and he was charged with terroristic threats, as he should be. But I saw another one she showed me. It was on Facebook or Snapchat. The city next to us, about 30 minutes away, there was a 15-year-old boy that didn't run away. Maybe he ran away, whatever. He disappeared last night, and he had a firearm, and they can't find him. And I think that's partially the reason that they closed the schools down today until they can find this kid. But you look on the news, there are a lot of shootings in schools here recently. It is election season after all. And there's something else that happened that I'm concerned with the schools. Don't get me wrong. I'm concerned for the children's safety, as I always am. But something happened either yesterday or the day before, but happened in D.C. Cops killed an African American dude. Don't really know exactly what all happened, but apparently he was trying to grab the gun so they wouldn't shoot him. I don't know if he's innocent or not innocent. I don't know much about it. But it seems like cops killing African Americans, whether it's right or wrong, justified or not, it always seems to pick up during election season. It always seems to be portrayed more on the news, And I can't help but wonder, is this all planned? Is this all orchestrated? The CIA has been multiple times, the FBI multiple times have been not caught, but it's came out later after the fact that they were part of some kind of operation to pit people against each other. There was another article I was reading about 2 white supremacist guys that are trying to start a race war to see the collapse of, the society. Sounds like Charles Manson. who just so happened to be trained by the CIA. Look it up. Charles Manson was part of some kind of, underground secret operation. It had to do with psychedelics and mind control and all this stuff. But like I said, I can't help but wonder if they're a part of this too. Shocker, I know. It would be crazy for the FBI and the CIA to be part of some kind of mind control experiment to pit people against each other to divide this country. I don't think that would ever happen. What about you? You think that would happen? You think the FBI would cause some kind of scene? You think they would try to get people to start some kind of race war? I don't think they would ever do that. Or that's exactly what I think. I think these three-letter agencies, that is all they do, is divide this country. They make up, fake things that happen. They fabricate the problem and then turn around and be like, see, look, told you, things were going crazy. And nothing ever happens to them, man. People don't get fired. There's no accountability. They don't go to jail. They either get a promotion or they go lateral in the company and they get moved so people forget about them. Their name's not out there in the open. We move on to the next subject of the day. It makes me wonder about what's happening in the schools too. Play on more heartstrings to scare people more and more. To not only that, but if they do it, I believe when people do bad things to the school and other people see it, I'm not going to say it gives them courage, but it gives them more, I want to be part of that too. I want to do that too. I believe people see that and they think, well, I can do it too, for whatever reason that they have. Whether it's some kind of operation to ban firearms or if it's just some crazy kid. And most of these people are on some kind of, medicine for depression and anxiety. And side effects from depression medicine is suicidal and homicidal thoughts, which I never understood because it's supposed to be helping people with those, traits. But why aren't we holding them accountable? If you want to hold firearms companies accountable for things that people do, if you want to hold a firearm company accountable for an action somebody did with their product that they sell, why not hold the pharmaceutical companies responsible for all the overdoses, all the lunatics out there, the mentally disturbed that murder people, that rape people, that do mass shootings? Why don't we hold the pharmaceutical companies responsible for that? Because firearms company is not in the pocket, that's why. Firearms company is not in the pockets of the government. They're not part of the operation. Just like people that are online that talk about the news and actually show what's going on, they're not in the pocket of the government. But CNN, Fox, all the big news companies, you best believe that they're part of the operation. You best believe that they are part of the PSYOP. Everybody has seen that clip where it has all the major news heads talking, and they literally say word for word the exact same thing. The same day, all across the world or the country, they all say the same thing the same day. whether it's a talking point or, some buzzword that they say, it's all the same. There is a massive psyop going on in this country, a massive mind control going on in this country. And we are so doped up on pills. We're so tired from work. What do we do? Most people don't even care. They don't even see it. They have their heads so far shoved into the sand or up their ass, whichever way you want to look at it, that they just don't care, or they're not worried about it. They're worried about, football or whatever else they want to watch. The Kardashians. I don't know if they're still a thing or not. But these kids are being used, and these tragedies are being exploited every freaking day, man. Like I said, this just happened close to home for me, and I'd rather not take the chance of my kids anything bad happening in school today. Plus, it is the anniversary of 9/11. There always seems to be some kind of scare around 9/11, and maybe it's just that, but I'd rather not take the chance. What we need to do, and I'm in the boat with everybody else. If you have any comments, if you do this, let me know. Let me know how you do it, what works best for you, and how you do it. But I've been looking to homeschool for probably like 2 or 3 years now. Something in my heart keeps telling me I need a homeschool. And I'm trying to figure out a way to do it with being able to afford homeschooling and afford everything else in life that I need. And my conflict with it is I want my kids to have social interaction with other students, but at the same time I don't want them to have social interaction with students because of the way these other kids are growing up, the society that, I don't want that weird stuff to influence my kids. I don't want it to rub off on my kids. I don't want any of the bad negative stuff, the cussing, the violence. I don't want that to be rubbed off onto my children. But at the same time, I need my kids to be exposed to the world so they know, what's going on. But they need to be able to discern what's right and wrong. Anyway, if you do homeschooling, let me know how it works for you, what you do for your kids, how you do it, what's the best option. I looked at a couple online ones. There's a couple free academy things that you can do. I'm not too concerned with them being accredited. I just want my children to get an education. I want them to be literate. I want them to be able to read and write and, know God. I'm looking for a faith-based option. That's what I'm looking for. But I tell you, dude, our kids are the most precious thing in this world, and we need to keep them safe by any means necessary. So even if we need to start some kind of private, non-profit homeschooling academy, if we could figure out how to do that, make it nationwide to where it is funded by other homeschoolers, and volunteers to teach children, so we don't have to worry about this craziness. Because a private school, I would, if I don't have to worry about any public funding, if I don't have to worry about the government, a private school could have armed guards, could have counselors that cared. We could hold people accountable. There wouldn't be any teachers' unions. It would all be volunteer. And we could actually help kids. We could actually teach them things. We don't have to teach them all this woke, crazy BS. Our private schools don't have to have litter boxes in the corner. Maybe that's what we should do. And then again, like I said, this thing that happened in DC, make sure you are prepared at all times. Anything could happen in a split second. Another African American died by the hands of the cops, shot 10 times, I think. think his last name was Roberts. Just in time for protest season, just in time for the election. These things that are happening are not a coincidence. The divide in this country is by no coincidence. It is, in my opinion, 100% orchestrated. It is 100%, I wouldn't even say on purpose, but lighting it up, showing the fact of it is on purpose. It is meant to divide people. We should all come together and realize, hey, cops kill people every freaking day. Cops do bad things every day. They're good cops, they're bad cops. Just like people, just like normal, regular people, there are a bunch of egotistical, power trip people that are in the police. And we need to weed them out. We need to hold them accountable. But we're not going to hold anybody accountable when we're so divided. To hold somebody accountable is for me and you, for black and white, to get together, to stand up for any color, any nationality. If your morals are aligned, it doesn't matter where you come from. If your morals are the same of being a good person, and it shouldn't matter what color you are. But yet they have us so divided on that. They have us so apart. They want us to hate each other, to fight each other. Cops kill black people. Cops kill white people. You know, and then like I said, the two white supremacist dudes that were trying to orchestrate some kind of race war. We got more important things to do than fight about race. We have so many more other important things going on right now than for two people that are trying to start a race war. Like that shouldn't even be anything. That should never even happen. Doesn't even seem like it's real. 2024. Most of the time when these things happen, like I said, it comes to light later that it is the FBI or the CIA. They are involved in it one way or another. Just like these freaking shooters, they seem to be connected to them somehow. And the coincidence is that it just so happened to be, oh yeah, I knew an FBI agent, or I knew a CIA agent, or I had a cell phone that can't be cracked by the FBI. We need to start using logic. We need to start using our brains, coming to get together. Y'all have a fantastic day. Be safe. Make sure you are aware at all times for the littlest thing, because it might be your last.